Peace, brother.
What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm blessed. How about yourself?
Chilling, chilling. Just working on beats, the usual.
While everybody's logging on, can you briefly tell everybody how you've been staying busy during these crazy quarantine times?
Um, yeah, I just been rocking out on DJing on online. Instagram, Twitch, Periscope, knocking out these beats. Um, making remix. Doing some remix stuff. You know what I'm saying? And my usual reading. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? Like, I'm always I'm a person that stays in the house anyway,
Right.
unless I gotta go out and DJ, you know what I'm saying, or perform with my group.
Right.
So, it's not this is regular to me. The only difference is I was told to stay inside. You know what I'm saying? That's the
Yep.
only.
For everybody logging on now, this is History Lesson episode 67. I am with the legendary DJ Evil D of Black Moon. Thank you for joining me this evening, sir.
And hey, it's great to be here, man. Thanks for inviting me.
Absolutely. During this episode, I want to time travel a little bit and acknowledge you for some of your greatest moments.
Okay.
And if we could relive some of your best memories when I mention these moments and give you your credit for help shaping the golden era sound. Like I said, giving you what I say, giving you your flowers while you're still alive, basically. So if we can go back just a little bit, just to get a little history before we get into some of your greatest achievements. How did you get into producing?
Basically, it's like every DJ, believe it or not, is a producer. Because when you take two copies of whatever record you bring in back and forth, and you bang, 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 that's your version of that record. You produce that version. So it started back when I was how old was I? I was 7. You know what I'm saying? I'm 49 now. I seen my brother DJing. My brother Mr. Walt,
Right.
and basically it was a little brother, big brother thing. He was DJing. He was getting all the attention. Everybody was like, "Yo, look at Shorty go." And I'm like, "Yo, hold up. I'm nicer than him. What you mean?" Knowing damn well I didn't, I ain't DJ.
Right.
But what I started doing after that was when my brother would leave and go hang out with his friends, I would run into his room and start messing with equipment. You know what I'm saying? Then when he would come back home, I make sure everything is set up same way he left it. And like, yo, I did that for years. Like, believe it or not, Enter the Stage kind of got made like that. You know what I'm saying? Because my brother would go to work. I would come home, I would go to school. I would come home from school, you know what I'm saying? Go inside, mess with Walt's records, see what I like, boom, boom, boom. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But now, like I started, back to the question, I started producing, like actually making beats. I'm in the 80s, like maybe 80, 85, 86. Like I started, I had a Sin-sonic drums. It's like an old, old bootleg drum machine because it was actually a game. Like it was like something, not a game, but it was made to simulate a drum set. But you know what hip hop cats do? We take things, we make it work for us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying, so I took that and I was making beats with that. Then I went from that to a Roland 505. You know what I'm saying, one of my boys, his father bought him a Roland 505. So I used to go to his house and knock stuff out. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, like production, I would say real, like making beats, like 84, 85.
Now, was your brother already making beats himself?
Yeah, what it was he was making beats. Come to think of it, he was. Because it's like whatever he did, I kind of ended up doing. You know what I'm saying? My brother was DJing, I started DJing. Then when he really got into production, I got into production serious. You know?
So take me back to how the Beatminerz were formed and you two came together as a force in the hip hop game.
Okay, well, it all started in 1971 when I came home from the hospital. Met my brother. Like, we, you know, as kids growing up, we, you know, we listened to music. Music was always played in our house. And, you know, me and my brother thought we was the Jackson Five. You know what I'm saying? Walt was Michael and Jermaine, and I was everybody else. And, you know, we started like that, and I was playing, the time I was playing drums. And my brother was also playing drums. My mom's, she played piano, she played keys, you know, so I think I kind of got the way I play keys from her. But, you know, all this is by ear. You know what I'm saying? When I, you know, as of me and Walt coming together, we came together around in the 80s. You know what I'm saying? And we came together in the 80s to really start doing music shit. You know? Like before that, it was just I copied off of him and boom, boom, boom. And, you know, but once we got together, it was like Beatminerz was formed, but it wasn't Beatminerz. You know what I'm saying? The name of Beatminerz before it was Beatminerz was Black Moon Productions. Now, my brother had an MC. His MC name was DEA. My brother was part of a group called Potentially Dangerous. And me and my brother would go record shopping at this spot in East New York called, I think, Livonia Ave. It was like a flea market. And you go in and, you know, everything is stacked up. You know, it's not organized. But then you go in the basement, and in the basement, it was like nothing but records. And like they didn't give a damn. I think they used to just stand at the top steps and throw all the records. Because it was, yo, on the real, this place was nasty. This place, it was dirty. Like, yo, it was like water, floods and all that. Like, they were selling records for 25 cents. And, like, you digging for records and a dead rat would float by. And, like, crazy shit like that. Right. But we in there digging, though. We in there digging and finding stuff. And we would come home dirty, looking like we was, you know, looking like we was coal miners doing construction. Right. And Walt's MC said, yo, I'm going to make a record and I'm going to call it the Beatminerz. And my brother thought that was so dope. He said, yo, I'm going to take the name Beatminerz and use it for the production company. Me and Buckshot was sitting at the table and we looked at each other and said, yo, can we have the name Black Moon? You know what I'm saying? And I know I kind of went ahead, but you know. Right. Tell you that part so that you know that part. You know?
But before Black Moon, did you produce for any other projects?
I had a girl group. I had a bunch of people I worked with, but nobody was serious. There was only two groups I had that was serious. I had a girl group. Back in the days, there was a girl group signed to Chemistry Records. What was they called? Forgot what they was called, which is messed up. But that was my before they got signed. And what happened was I was producing the girls, right? They didn't have a name at the time. I was producing the girls. It was 3 girls. And I was doing their music and I was doing Black Moon's music at the same time. What happened was the girls met Sweet T. And Sweet T took them. Sweet T took the group. And you know, at the time I was mad, you know what I'm saying? But now that I'm in the industry and I see how things are, the girls basically wanted to do what was right for them. So I never was mad at the girls. I was kind of mad at Sweet T for a minute, but I realized, you know, I'm mad at her for something stupid. You know what I'm saying? It's not her fault. She was on. But what What made me kind of upset though was Sweet T called me. Sweet T hit me up and was like, "Yo, I need that music." And I'm like, "All right, well, yo, you gonna pay me for it?" And she was like, "Yo, I need the music." And she had her cousin call me at the time for the music, and her cousin is Star. You know what I'm saying?
Ah,
I'm Star and Buck Wild. My man
right.
Star called me up. And he was like, "Yo, I work at Atlantic Records. Yo, I need that music." And I'm like, well, "What do you do at Atlantic Records?" And he was straight up. He was like, "Yo, I do rock and roll promotion." I was like, "You in the A&R click?" You know what I'm saying? Like, yo. But yeah, I had a girl group, and they went and what did they call themselves? I cannot. Poison Posse.
Poison posse.
Poison Posse was named the group.
Okay.
And when they got signed, when Sweet Tea took them, she added Slick Rick's baby moms to the group. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And I don't like they put stuff out, but it never stuck. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, but then it was like, yo, let me just go with the A plan anyway, which was my group Black Moon. You
Now,
know,
early on, did you guys have a demo, or were you just signing a singles deal with Rec Records?
now we had a demo. We shopping a demo. Like we had we had albums. Like we recorded like albums. You know what I'm saying? Because we was doing demos in the crib. I had a 4-track in my crib, and we was the way I kind of taught myself about sound by like putting equipment together and all that. So when it came to the 4-track, I kind of knew how to record clean. Everyone swore I went to the studio. Like, nah, I just got a 4-track in my crib. Like I kind of knew like what I was doing was I was recording with the 4-track. I was bouncing to tape deck. Then you play it from the same tape deck you recorded from back into the 4-track. And that way you don't lose sound. You don't lose quality.
Right.
So I was doing that and bouncing a lot of stuff. And like I said, people swore I had they swore I had the L Studio in my crib. Now it's just 4-track. You know what I'm saying? And we was doing it like that. And what we did was we shopped to every single label except Def Jam, Profile, and Wild Pitch. The reason I didn't shop to those labels was because at Profile was Funkmaster Flex, was the A&R. At Wild Pitch, I knew Stu Fine, I knew Search. Well, this was before Search. No, Search was there. Search was there. So I knew Search. And Def Jam, I knew Bobito. They all was A&R, my friends. And I didn't want them to ever think I was trying to use my friendship to get a record deal.
Ah.
I'm saying, and of course, all of them cursed me out because I didn't bring Black Moon to them.
Right.
But everybody said no. What ended up happening with us was, so we shopped the deal. The rec labels was like, nah, we don't know what this is. You guys are bananas. I don't know. Is this hardcore? Is this It's not commercial. It's not hardcore. What is it? And we did a show. We did a show for it was we had like this dude, DNA and Hank Love. They had the DNA Hank Love show. They used to come on. We had a station called WNWK on 5.9. And on Saturday nights they had the lease time. They used to do lease time over there where you pay for you know what I'm saying, pay for an hour, pay for 2 hours, and you're on the air. So we had the Saturday night lineup, and DNA Hank Love was a big part of that lineup. Also on that lineup, Austin too. And then you had the other show called Kevin Keith the Dirty Dozen. So DNA Hank Love had their birthday party, and we performed at the birthday party. And unlike everybody else who was performing the cassette, we was performing. I was making dub plates. Now you know the dub plate is, of course, a
Right.
lot of people logged on. A dub plate is like a reference record. know what I'm saying? You play it like maybe 4 or 5 times, then it gets mad static, and that's the end of that record. So I was making dub plates of our instrumentals. So when we did shows, it was like, yo, let's go to the turntable. Now we don't need that tape deck. I got records. So Chuck Chillout was there. And Chuck Chillout seen us and he was impressed. He was like, yo, this guy's rocking records. He's a real DJ. And I also was doing a DJ. I would do a DJ routine for my group gets on. So I did my DJ routine. Welcome to the Terror Dome. Chuck Chillout walks up to me in the middle of the routine and he's like, yo, I like the way you DJ. I want you to DJ for my radio show. And I'm like, yo, my man, I'm here with my group. We about to perform. Like, let us perform. We'll talk after that.
Right.
Chuck watched the show. And here's the thing, by the way, too. It was maybe 20 people there. It wasn't really nobody there. You know what I'm saying? But we performed anyway. And so we performed. Chuck Chillout liked it. Chuck came up to us afterwards and was like, yo, I work at this label. Yeah, I'd like to have a meeting with y'all. And we was like, yeah, okay. And, you know, because it was kind of sketchy. So he was like, yeah, all right. And basically, we went and shopped to everybody else. Everybody else told us no. One day I'm sitting home and I'm looking at the card that Chuck gave me. And I was like, yo, let me just call. And me and Buck called. And we had our meeting on a Friday with Michael Weiss, who owns Nerve Records. Gladys Pizarro, who's like the woman behind house music, New York house music. Her and Michael Weiss are the people that put New York house music on the map. Because Nervous was a house record label.
Right.
Or a house music label. Gladys Pizarro walks in the middle of me playing the demo for Mike. And Gladys goes, yo, I don't know who these guys are, but you better sign them. And that's how we ended up getting our deal.
Nice. Was Who Got the Props on that demo?
No. Who got the prop? Now, let me tell you the story about who got the props. So when we got signed for a record called Feminine Hood. It was Fuck It Up, Feminine Hood, and we had like 2 other joints on our demo. And everyone loved Feminine Hood. Feminine Hood was hot. So when we got the deal, we was like, yo, we amped up. We like, yeah, we gonna go in the studio. We gonna record this record. Feminine Hood is gonna be crazy. Blah 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 blah. So we're going on our way to the label. We bump into Large Professor. Now one thing I will say is my brother knew everybody in the industry. So we bump into Large Professor, and Large Professor's like, yo, what's up? And my brother was like, yo, you know, got the deal for the group, blah, 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 blah. Professor's like, yo, congrats. Walt's like, so, yo, what you working on? He said, yo, I'm working with this new guy, got arrested dead, Apache, and he got this record called Gangsta Bitch. And it's about females that be, you know, on some gangster shit and da-da-da-da. And I'm just sitting there like, oh, shit, my idea. So we left from there. I called Buck. I'm like, yo, Buck, I got some bad news. Da-da-da. So I told him what happened. Buckshot was like, yo, let me come over to the crib. So we sat down at the same table I'm sitting at now. We sat down, and Buckshot was like, yo, we got to come up with something. And he wrote Who Got the Props. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because who got the beat to Who Got the Props, I already made the beat. It was something he would freestyle over.